Alright, it's a beautiful day. It's time to get this project started. The boat is filthy right now. They haven't turned the water onto the dock yet, so it hasn't been cleaned, but whether it's clean or not, I can go ahead and sand it. I've had an issue with the boat leaning a little bit, so I brought some ballast. I'm going to weight the boat a little bit and try to do away with this puddling that's happening, so it will flow properly over into the gutter. So this is the top deck. That's what I'll be doing. This middle section is carpeted, so I'm going to be leaving that. I'm not going to pull it up. I'm just going to fold the edges back and sand up underneath the edges of the carpet, and do the best I can with that. Well, there's my cart to pack out to the boat. Only a few fishermen out here tonight. So there's the boat out there. Let's head out that way now. Water level's coming up quite a bit. Last week this ramp was so steep, could hardly hold my cart back going down the ramp. Can hardly do it now. There goes my laptop bag. Thank God that fence was there. Alright, let's try this again. That was luck. This is what they call security here. Not much security, but better than nothing. I'm not one for making 55 trips. I like to do it the hard way of one try. Probably shouldn't walk backwards either, so let's turn around. I brought about every sander I have. I'm not sure which one's going to be the key. This really isn't a sander, it's more of a polisher, but it's got a 7-inch head on it, so I might be able to make some headway with that a little quicker than I can with these smaller 4 and 5 inchers. So I'm going to start on the front. I got to move the paddle boards. I'm going to start up there because nobody's on the dock right now and I don't want to dust everybody out. So I'm going to move those paddle boards and I'm going to get started. Not really liking how that one's working. Let's try the random orbital. The sander's doing okay. It's just going to take me forever and a day, but it's a much smoother process than the polisher. So I'm going to try this guy next and see how this one does. Okay, I think I found the sander I'm going to stick with. The polisher, not so much. It's just removing too much material. I don't really want to go back down to the fiberglass. I only want to scratch the top and leave as much coating as I can down there. I don't want to take it down too far. And I'm probably doing this prematurely, but I've only owned the boat. This will be my 3rd summer, and I don't know how long it was before. I don't know how long it's been since this has been done. It's been under this covered slip, so it hasn't suffered a lot of sun damage, but I'm going to go ahead and put a fresh coat on. That way I know exactly how old it is. I need to paint my stripes, and buff the boat out. I got a lot of work to do, so this will be the first of many projects. We'll see if I got any money left, and maybe we'll do stripes later this summer. Alright, I've got the front completed. I'm thinking it's taking me about an hour. And I'm going to start working my way down the sides. This should go much quicker because I'm not going to remove the carpet. I'm only going to sand down the gutter down the side. And then I have another large area on the back. So start making my way back this direction. Alright, so I've made it back to the railing now. Everywhere there's a post that sits on the roof on this railing, there's 4 screws. And so those penetrations into the wood are potential leaks. So I'm going to undo every post all the way around the railing, clean all of the 5200, 3M 5200 off of there, sand it, put back more 3M 5200 and screw it back down, just to eliminate the possibility that any of those screws could leak, allowing water to seep down into the wood framing, and then you've got a nightmare on your hands. This is what I'm talking about. They look like they've been sealed really well in the past, but I'm going to go ahead and redo them while I'm doing this roof project, so I can have peace of mind when we do get out from underneath this covered slip that there aren't going to be any leaks and my roof is not going to be causing damage to the wood below. I looked at so many boats that had soft spots, like when you walk down to the front edges, you would find the corners would be soft, and that requires major work. So I'm going to try to eliminate myself ever having to be in that situation. So what I'll do is I'll sand this down, get all that 5200, 3M 5200 off there, put it back, and screw it back down. you can see where if you didn't have that sealed properly, water could get straight down into the wood and you could find yourself in trouble. Especially on the sections that, on my particular boat, that are not under, the back half of my boat hangs out. So those sections could really, like the flag post and this railing here, if one of those was leaking, I looked at several boats where the back roof was completely rotted out, and this water standing here has been worrying me, so I'm going to check that wood underneath there from the bottom, and I'm going to add ballast to this side of the boat so that water doesn't stand there anymore. My black tank, both my black tanks are on that side of the boat, and as they get closer to full, the boat leans that direction. So these are the sections that really, one of my flagpoles, I kind of stumbled and grabbed a hold of the flag post and pulled it out last year, so I've got tape over that to keep water from getting in the holes, and I need to do a repair on that section. I have no idea how I'm going to remove this slide. I'm sure that needs to be removed, sanded, and resealed underneath there. Probably have to remove the soffit from the porch downstairs. So I'll probably have to remove some of that to get to the bolts on the bottom of the slide, which is fine. That'll give me an opportunity to inspect the wood up in there. So, but yeah, I need to replace this carpet down here also. So, all right, back to sanding. Well, this was my idea to support the railing, keep it from blowing away. Kind of used a big heavy ratchet strap and holding it to the actual dock. And my dock lines are pretty tight, so I shouldn't be drifting around too much, but I should be able to make it back to about like right here before I start reattaching on the front. So I'm up to this point right here. Keep moving. Well, let me just say the side is turning out to be a little more work than I thought it was. This tiny little patch, no big deal. But yeah, it's work. So I'm over halfway there. Now I gotta try to figure out how I'm going to raise it up, put down my sealant, and then lower it back down each time without making a huge mess. Well, we'll see. Probably going to be a huge mess. Alright, we are done sanding down this side from front to back. So I've kind of got the whole side of the canopy hanging on those straps, and then there's one post right here that's holding. I feel like I need to get out the 5200 and secure this back down. I can put the top coat, I can paint around those legs after they're back in place. I'll just coat the entire base where this sits with 5200, so it'll be even better than I need to sand these, get this off, make it look great. But I haven't sanded the middle part. I just want to get this secured before some bass boat goes ripping by and blows me out. They've been going by quite a bit today, so I'm out here alone. Just a big lonely slew of houseboats out there. Alright, here's the 3M marine adhesive sealant Fast Cure 5200. I didn't necessarily want the Fast Cure, but it's all that Lowe's had, and I didn't feel like waiting on it to come through Amazon. Or it's like $22 a tube, and the local marine shop wants like $32. I mean, I like to support local, but I mean, I just can't. I can't go that overpriced. I'm gonna clean all of these spots along through here with acetone. I'm ready for in preparation for the 5200. Acetone's good cleaner, but it'll take your skin, make it super dry. All right, everything's clean. Now I'm going to take some wood and brace it up to where I can put a dab of 5200 on each screw hole and let this come down and hopefully not smear it all over the place. Everything's easier when you have help, but you don't always have help. So sometimes you have to improvise. Clean up what's squeezed out. not to drop these stainless steel screws in the water because they're not cheap. And stainless steel is not magnetic, so the driver won't hold it. Go ahead and do the next one before I tighten this one down so I don't end up not being able to reach it. Alright, now I'm going to go back and tighten that one. And before you make fun of me for Crocs with socks, it was cold this morning and I didn't bring my regular shoes, and then I needed them, and now it's hot, so I'm going to take them off so my wife doesn't kill me. Alright, so I got the back rail removed. I was taking it off and I realized that there was a joint there. So I popped that joint and set the railing here, which is much easier to deal with. So looking down the side, I realized that there's another joint right here. So all I need to do, where's the joint? Top and bottom. So all I have to do is take this bolt out that goes through the rail. It goes to the pole that holds the canopy up. So I'm going to remove that bolt, and then I'm going to zip those screws and take that whole section off, and I won't have to hang it with straps. Alright, it's the next morning, and the back half is what we have to finish. Let's see how long this takes. Alright, I got some help today, so hopefully we'll make short work of this. I'll set up a little time lapse maybe. Okay, we got the entire deck sanded. We're going to remove the slide so we can sand under here and reseal the mount so there's not water leaking into the wood that's here. Disconnect the water line, and there's several bolts down below, and hopefully we don't drop it in the lake. 8 screws down here. I don't know how I'm not going to drop this in the lake. Alright, it is loose. I'm going to get some help and we'll see how this goes. Just in case it gets away from us, we don't have to go scuba diving. You ready? I have no idea. Let's try to raise the bottom up and set it down and see what the top does. Let it down. Tilt it forward. I'm trying to do it like this. Okay, coming towards you. Trying to come towards you. Get out of the way. Alright, let's lay it down. Pick it up and bring it back towards me. Alright, it looks like crap. It needs to be cleaned up and re-gel coated anyhow. So maybe we'll do that while we have it down. Okay. That's just standard silicone, isn't it? Yeah, you're not supposed to use that crap. I don't really know why, but they say not to use regular silicone on a boat. Be careful, don't let it hit you in the face. Oh yeah. Alright, so now we'll sand, clean, and seal that. That's not a bad place to be working. Alright, we've got everything sanded, the slides removed. I guess you got to make a mess before things get better. So we've got the carpet folded back. We sanded in a couple inches all the way around, got the carpet glue back off the line. So we're going to pressure wash and scrub with Simple Green all the way back. It's supposed to be 88 today, so it'll dry pretty quick, and then we'll probably wipe it down with rags and acetone, and then we'll get to work. So let's start scrubbing. Alright, so we got the entire top sanded, pressure washed, and cleaned with Simple Green, and we wiped it down with acetone. So now we're ready to apply our Pitthane Ultra. We're going to stop the video here. We're going to make a part 2. So join us for part 2 if you want to see us apply the sealant. Thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great day.